So, Chris, we are here before UFC 309. You're back in New York. I know you're in South Carolina now, but
Yeah.
you're still Strong Island at heart.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Long Island will always be my home. You know, it's just born, raised there. Never left until I was, I guess, 37 or 8, something like that. So yeah, I love Long Island. Love the people. All my family left pretty much, besides my brothers in Connecticut. I got cousins on Long Island, but parents, my sister, and a ton of cousins all moved down south, and so it's kind of everybody's your life. My life, I feel at home now in the Carolinas, but Long Island's always kind of like my home. Yeah.
What kind of what are you kind of feeling back in New York here? And not just because it's your home state and everything, but you went through a lot of trials and tribulations these last 3 years. You're going to be fighting at Madison Square Garden. Did you really see this like on the horizon as you were trying to get through those darker days?
Going through all that recovery and just tons of adversity and traumatic events. I just tried to stay positive and keep working hard to get back. I was not going to go out with my leg broken and never fight again. So that's what really motivated me and drove me to like persevere through that. And then I'm just kind of taking a fight at a time. My first fight back, I got leg kicked to death, and I didn't realize I couldn't throw my leg kick. I couldn't throw any kick back with my right leg. And in training I could, but under the lights I just couldn't do it. And so then going into my second fight, coming back from the injury, I was like, man, these guys are going to be coming after my legs now. So I got to be able to kick, and I was able to start kicking in that last fight. So kind of got that monkey off my back psychologically, and I'm excited about this one coming up.
And obviously you got the win in that one too, and that was a really, really emotional time. And seeing you get up on that cage, really soak in that moment.
Yeah.
Going back, put yourself back in that moment 6 months ago. I mean, what was it like for you to just kind of finally get that monkey off your back and get the win?
Yeah, it was amazing, and unfortunately, there was controversy. I poked him, unfortunately, but I just try not to focus too much on that because I was looking great in the fight. If you take away the eye pokes and dominating him, so and I was able to throw kicks again. So that's the kind of stuff I look at. Unfortunately, the eye poke thing took a lot of heat, and I understand. I've never eye poked anybody before, and it just sucks, man. I wish our gloves were curved so you don't have to worry about it, but yeah.
So obviously the opportunity comes to you to have this fight at Madison Square Garden. Are you excited for this? I mean, you've expressed some interest in getting back here and getting another chance at this, or were you hoping it would be the opportunity, or just whatever comes your way?
No, being back at Madison Square Garden, I always feel like the more people that are watching the fight, it's a bigger opportunity for me to be able to put on a show and show what I'm able to do. So it gives me that opportunity, and to do it in front of tons of fans and people that I grew up with is awesome.
You're not on the pay-per-view portion of this card. Does that matter to you? Is it not a big deal, or?
Yeah, I was on pay-per-view up until like a week ago, and then they took me off. I was honestly pissed off at first, and I guess obviously I have nothing. I can't do anything about that. They do what they want to do, and if I had to guess on why, they didn't tell me why. They just said they had to make a decision on their pay-per-view order, and that's what they decided as a team in matchmaking. But probably because I'm 40 years old, and if I go out there and put on like a great win, what does that really do for them? I only have a certain amount of time left when they could put like a younger guy on there, and he could become a potential star for them and then monetize that. So I'm guessing that's probably something that's floating through their heads. And I get it logically, but it sucks because I wanted to put on a big show on the main card in front of, my people, the New York people.
That's interesting that you can kind of step yourself out of that. You're putting on an analyst's hat. It seems like more and more as the end is near, whether it's now or later. But it just seems like you're kind of getting more comfortable with kind of looking at the big picture.
Yeah, I mean, UFC is a business, and you gotta. Obviously, selfishly, I would love to be on the main card. I think that'd be awesome. But it's what they decide to do as a business, and you gotta think they're smart guys and whatever. And I could go out there and just prove them wrong that they missed a good opportunity of an awesome fight on the pay-per-view.
It's Eric Anders here. You guys have any history? Are you familiar with him, or?
No. Like, I've never fought him, never trained with him. I've hung out with him before. one time years and years ago. Seems like a nice guy. You know, big, strong, athletic kid. He's tough. That's about it.
How do you break down kind of the matchup?
I think I got a big speed advantage on the feet. You know, he's got a heavy left hand. He keeps coming forward with it. He's been wrestling. I know in his last fight, he wrestled a bunch to win against Jamie Pickett. But I do think I'm a level above in every aspect.
You've got history at Madison Square Garden. It's not the favorite history. Is you've lost a couple times here. Michael Chandler is on this card. Same boat. Bo Nickel, he lost his wrestling championship here as well. There's a lot of guys that are kind of looking for redemption in this building. Do you see this as a way to kind of redeem yourself in any way, or is that just not even really in your mind?
No, yeah. I had 2 fights here, 2016, 2018. Both meant a lot for me to win. And I was winning both fights going to the 3rd round. I got hit with a monster shot, and that was it. My night was over, and it was awful. But I just see it as an opportunity to, you know, you can either run from it and be afraid of it, or like take it on and use it as motivation to get your redemption. So that's where I'm at.
You were always a big part of the lobbying, the push to get New York to finally sign off on professional MMA again in this state. I mean, now that you're here, 9 years later since its 8 years later since its debut, what does it mean to you to kind of just see that, man, it's still going strong, and this is like kind of like almost the center of the year in some ways? Yeah,
no, it's crazy. One of the biggest cards probably of the year. And it's just crazy to see the evolution of the sport and the UFC. You know, because not too long ago, it wasn't even legal here. And here we are, and it's normal. It's on TVs. Every restaurant you go into now, you got UFC on. It's on ESPN. It's just evolved so much in so many different ways, and it's cool that, you know, I've seen it. I've seen where it kind of came from, and I'm still here.
We spoke a little more than a year ago before you returned against Brad Tavares. Your goal is to get back to the championship. How much is that still a motivating factor that keeps you fighting versus any other things?
Nah, I mean, I would love to get back to the championship fight, but it's more I'm taking a fight at a time now. I just want to try to see if I can perform under the lights and do what I'm doing in the gym. And see how the body holds up, and see where a great win takes me. But if I'm not able to perform the way I want to perform anymore, then I'll probably be done.
Is it entirely possible that maybe you'll feel that way even after this fight this weekend, win or lose, that, hey, maybe this is the last time we see Chris Weidman?
I don't know. Right now, I'm not thinking about that. So probably not, but I never know. I'm going to just, with the retirement thing, it's going to be when I know I'm done, I'll be done.